In case you haven't been able to tell from our last couple of videos, we love Alabama Hills. It is such a fun place to explore and it offers a wide variety of activities for everyone's enjoyment. We wanted to put together a video on just some of the things that this amazing place has to offer. So without further ado, here are 6 of the best things to do in Alabama Hills. We're starting off this list with a fairly obvious one because it's one of the things that this park is famous for, and that is rock and arch hunting. There are well over 200 natural rock arches in the park, and we haven't even come close to scratching the surface of finding them all. They range from arches that are only a couple inches tall to really nice size arches like Mobius Arch and everything in between. It's become a bit of a hobby of ours to find a couple new arches every time we visit. Hands down, our favorite arch that we have found in the park so far is the Cyclops Skull. It is just really uniquely shaped. If you would like to visit the Cyclops Skull, we will link the article that has the GPS coordinates in the description below. Number 2 on the list goes out to all of my movie fanatics out there. Alabama Hills has been used as a filming location for over 400 movies. Its film credits go all the way back to 1937 when Boots and Saddles was filmed here. But if that's a little before your time, which I'm assuming it is, you might recognize titles like Gone in 60 Seconds, Gladiator, G.I. Jane, and Tremors. Number 3 on our list is off-roading. If you have a vehicle like a Jeep or a side-by-side or something else extremely off-road capable, you're probably not going to find anything here that will challenge your off-roading skills, but it's definitely a fun place to drive around and explore. There are quite a few narrow rock canyons that you can drive through, and if you're looking for a cool place to get a picture of your beloved off-road toy, I think it would be a pretty big challenge to find something much cooler. There's also this fun little climb right next to the face of Alabama Hills, which has become a little bit of a tradition every time we visit. If you don't have an off-road capable vehicle, worry not, because there is another cool way to explore the trails of the park, and that is on a mountain bike. As I stated before, the off-roading trails here are really quite mild, and a mountain bike can easily go anywhere that a Jeep could go. In fact, you can probably even explore more because you can fit into the super narrow areas that you can't get to in a car. There are 2 spots that we think you should definitely hit if you bring your mountain bike to Alabama Hills. The first one is Movie Road. It is a main road, so you do have to watch out for cars, but it gives you the chance to ride down one of the most famous hills in the park, and the view is absolutely surreal. This road will also take you by several of the rock arches in the park, so you can combine 2 of the items on this list together. If you're looking for a little bit more of an actual mountain bike trail, you can also do the Alabama Hills Loop. Thankfully, I talked V into dropping me off at the top of the climb on Whitney Portal Road, but there was still a pretty good sized sandy hill that I had to climb before I got to the fun part. This trail has some fast, fun single track sections mixed in with some sandy washes. But one thing I liked about this trail is that it seemed like it took you to places that I don't think a lot of people get to see when they're visiting Alabama Hills. The next item on this list is very near and dear to my heart, and it was one of the reasons that we actually started that adventure life. It's my love of photography. Alabama Hills is a landscape photographer's dream come true. There are so many unique rock formations and sweeping vistas, the views never seem to get old. There are so many cool rock arches and their appearance changes over the course of the day. Since I can't magically be at all of them at sunset, even though I wish I could, it always gives me a reason to come back for another visit. The last item on our list, which was in no particular order, was something we experienced for the first time on our last visit, and that is camping. Before our last trip, we usually just did small stops by Alabama Hills on our way to other destinations. But we wanted to really experience what Alabama Hills was all about, so we packed up our new tent and off we went. If you plan on camping here, just know that it is dispersed camping, so there are no restrooms, and the weather can be a little unforgiving. It can be very cold in the winter and very hot in the summer, so do your research and pack accordingly. There are a ton of campsites here, but know that if you go during a popular time, they can fill up. We made the trip on Thanksgiving weekend and found every campsite taken except for one. It was way out in the back and there was really rugged terrain to get to it, but luckily our Jeep was up to the challenge. One thing that you can definitely look forward to if you're camping here is the lack of light pollution and the incredibly starry skies at night. If you plan on visiting Alabama Hills, please practice leave no trace and leave the place even cleaner than you found it. Well, that is going to do it for our list of our 6 favorite things to do in Alabama Hills. What's your favorite thing to do here? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoy our videos, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified when we make new videos. Check us out on Instagram at thatadventurelife_official, and for all the information about Alabama Hills as well as other awesome things to do in the area, head on over to thatadventurelife.com.